I welcome you all back on this series as we progress with Genesis chapter 33. In this chapter, we witness a powerful story of reconciliation as Jacob and Esau meet after years of estrangement. This chapter reminds us of the transformative power of forgiveness and God's role in mending broken relationships. After his life-changing encounter with God at the Jabbok River, Jacob prepares to meet Esau. Despite God's promises, Jacob remains cautious and arranges his family into groups, placing the maidservants and their children first, Leah and her children next, and Rachel and Joseph at the rear. As Esau and his 400 men come into view, Jacob demonstrates humility and respect by bowing to the ground 7 times, signaling his submission and seeking to pacify Esau. To Jacob's surprise, Esau runs to meet him, embraces him, throws his arms around his neck and kisses him. The two brothers weep together, a poignant moment of reconciliation after decades of separation and hostility. This unexpected display of love and forgiveness demonstrates how God can soften hearts and restore broken relationships. After their emotional reunion, Jacob introduces his family to Esau, one group at a time. Each family member bows respectfully, acknowledging Esau's presence and importance. Jacob insists that Esau accept his gifts, saying, "To see your face is like seeing the face of God, now that you have received me favorably." Esau initially declines but eventually accepts the gifts as a sign of goodwill and reconciliation. Esau offers to accompany Jacob on the journey, but Jacob politely declines, citing the slow pace of his flocks and children. Instead, Esau returns to Seir, while Jacob travels to Succoth. Jacob settles in Succoth temporarily before moving on to Shechem, where he buys a plot of land and sets up an altar, calling it El Elohe Israel, meaning God, the God of Israel. This act signifies Jacob's gratitude and acknowledgement of God's faithfulness. Genesis 33 is a chapter filled with hope and healing. The reconciliation between Jacob and Esau highlights the power of forgiveness, humility, and God's ability to restore relationships. This chapter also reminds us of God's faithfulness to his promises. Despite Jacob's fears, God protected him and paved the way for peace with Esau. Genesis 33 challenges us to seek reconciliation in our own lives, trusting God to work in our hearts and the hearts of others. Like Jacob, we can approach difficult situations with humility and faith, knowing that God is with us. As Jacob continues his journey, we see the unfolding of God's covenant promises and the deepening of his relationship with the Lord. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of Bible Summary Series. If this story of reconciliation inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more episodes. Until next time, may you experience the peace that comes from trusting in God's grace and faithfulness. Thank you. See you on the next episode.